It's here.
It's October 16th, 2020, which means it is day 16 and as well as day 15 of the 31 Days of Fright horror movie project, year 9. I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And for day 15 and 16, I will be watching for sequel week is the 4th and 5th installment in the Nightmare on Elm Street series, which is DreamMaster and Dream Child. The reason for this double up real quickly is that I had a very long shift the day before. My brain turned to mush, and I couldn't get anything really out worthwhile. Words were jumbling up over one another. I couldn't really get a coherent thought out. I was just having just a rough day right here in front of the camera. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just start fresh the next day, and I'll just do another sequel, which I think it turns out pretty well because these two movies do really work well as a double feature because a lot of the characters kind of overlap over both films and as well as some characters from Dream Warriors. So if you really want to have a lot of fun, do a triple feature. But I think these two work really well together as a double feature. But before I go any further, I need you to click subscribe, hit the bell to stay notified for any future videos I will be creating right here on this channel, and as well as hit the like and share button because that helps me so much in getting my channel and videos out there to a much broader audience, as well as leave a comment down below because I want to hear what you have to say about these installments in the franchise, or which one is your favorite sequel in the franchise, sequels only, from 2 to Freddy versus Jason. Now, I want you to also please show some support to I'm the Ice Lord. Tony has 9 fingers. The 13th Wolfman. There's so many others who are doing these 31-day challenges for the month of October. Go and click subscribe and give them all the support as well because we are all doing things very drastically. But we're all doing a lot of fun stuff as well. Like, we're all vastly different. I'm doing sequel weeks. 13th Wolfman's been doing a lot of Italian horror, which I'm not very well versed in, so it's good to see those movies and learn and stuff like that. And as well as I think I Am the Ice Lord, he's done a couple independent horror movies here lately. I'm a little behind. I just recently found his channel, so I need to catch up on his previous days. But the videos I've seen, he's done independent horror. Tony has 9 fingers. I do believe he does alphabetical independent horror movies. So we're all so vastly different, but we're all the same in that we're supporting each other and giving shout outs, and we all have one thing and really truly in common. It's our love for horror films. So please show some support and go over to their channels and do the exact same thing I just asked of you. So thank you. Now on to the movies. Now these two movies, like I said, work really well as a double feature due to the fact that our main character, Alice, carries over from both films. And what I really like about these two films is the uniqueness on how they tackle Freddy. Because in DreamMaster, when each of her friends is killed off, she kind of absorbs a little bit of their power. You know, it's like one has, like Kincaid has strength, and one of her friends has she's really technology based. So she's smart, and who else? I think her brother. He's in kung fu, you know. So she knows how to fight. So when the final climactic battle happens, she's like prepared and has this really cool, using everything that she has absorbed from her friends to defeat Freddy. And then even in Dream Child, where she is pregnant with Dan, who is from the previous movie as well. The baby has baby's dream, and so as they grow, and so Freddy's using that to his advantage, and it's just like, so she's having dreams while she's awake and she can't figure out, and I like that. And then in the final climactic battle, the baby backfires on Freddy, and I really like that as well. I mean, even though Dream Child is the weaker of the two, but it still has some like really gnarly moments in the movie, especially when um, I think that's the one where this lady ends up getting like transformed into a bug, and that's really gross. And it gets even grosser when one of the more preppy characters in the story is being fed her own guts, and it's like, but that, from what I understand, and I've seen the footage from in the documentary, it's even worse, and it's more violent and more gory, and I'm like, oh wow, it's like okay, but um, both movies have good kills. Freddy's at his best, and when it comes to like new blood and stuff like that, because the characters that carry over from the Dream Warriors, these are the last of the Elm Street kids that killed Freddy. And when he finally did that, it's like it's all fresh, it's all new, it's a new world for him. So he finally got his revenge, which is kind of weird to say. Like a killer actually got what he sought out to do. Now, are these movies perfect? Absolutely not. Are they fun? Absolutely yes. So just I would double feature these two. That's what I recommend more than anything. I think in Dream Child, like this guy gets transformed into like this Ghost Rider esque machine motorcycle thing, and it's like that's really done really well. The special effects for both of these films are done so well, and they're so much fun. And when I was watching these movies as a kid, I was so mesmerized by everything because I am the Ice Lord left a comment like, "This is my childhood" or something like that, and I'm like, "Yeah, this is my childhood." And reminds me of his childhood. And I'm like, "Yeah, me too," because it's just like I cannot get over the fact that this is the franchise that got me into horror movies, and because I would rent these movies one videotape at a time, and then it grew from there. So the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise is very important to me because it's my first horror franchise and my first really true foray into the horror films. I know I've watched Predator and Jaws and stuff like that when I was a kid, but it's not like this. You know what I mean? So that's really all I gotta say about these two films. That time will allow, I should say. So I'm going to get into my rating scale. One being run of mill horror, two best watch with the group, three more than average horror but adds nothing new to the horror genre, four helps me with the horror genre forward, and five being a horror classic. For Dream DreamMaster, I do believe it is three. It's definitely more than average horror because it's a pretty solid sequel. It's nowhere near like Dream Warriors, but I say it's definitely more than average due to the fact that it's a good story. If you really think about it, Freddy gets what he wants in the end. He kills all the kids from Elm Street, the parents of the who killed him. He got it. He succeeded. What else? It's just there's some good special effects, so it's definitely more than average horror, but that's nothing new. And then Dream Child, sadly, I have to say it's definitely just a two. Best watch with the group. There's some moments in the movie that are really done really well, especially like the comic book scene, where this guy who idolizes comic books and likes to draw, and he tries to confront Freddy in his own world, and ultimately it kind of backfires on him. So uh, I really like that. So there's a really uniqueness to both of these films. That's really what I have to say. More than anything, is that they're very unique compared to the other ones because after four, after five, Freddy gets really, really comedic, and so these are the good middle grounds of Freddy. because the first three was him very serious and very dark, and then Freddy's Dead and the Final Nightmare, New Nightmare. They try to backtrack a little bit, but it just fails in my opinion. So, but anyways, I think these are good middle grounds for Freddy films. So that's really all I gotta say. I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and click subscribe, hit the bell, like, comment, and share. That helps me so much, and I deeply appreciate it. And like I mentioned before, please go do it to everyone else who's doing this 31-day challenge. I will. That's because all I gotta say is thank you.